to another episode of Flat Out 4x4 80 series build. Okay, first day working on the car back here in town at my place, and I'm changing the rear shocks out. And that's how you know they're buggered. That should extend back out to its full travel, but she's not. So yeah, she buggered. I'll pull the other side out and I'll throw the new ones in, and I'll try and get a video of what they're supposed to do, because I don't know if you're supposed to do it with these ones, but it's good practice with new shocks. Push them down, get all the gas and whatnot inside them, moving through all the valves and everything like they're supposed to before you put them in. I don't know if it's necessary, but I just do it, a bit of good practice. But yeah, I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the new shocks here, and what I was talking about before. Just give it a good push, and just put your weight on it, and just slowly go down. Be easier if I had two hands, but you know, filming and stuff. And then you let it rise back up, and you see it there slowly growing back. That's what that other shock should have done, but because she was buggered, she didn't. So get these in and should make the ride a bit smoother. What's up, guys? We are back out at Mum and Dad's. I've had a brilliant morning. I went to town. Oh, sorry, didn't go to town. On my way out here, I stopped in and the big girl passed the pink slip. So I'm very, very happy with that. 12 months rego, beautiful. This morning I'm out here. I've got the bulbar off. I'm going to be tidying up welds and that, and I'll be cutting this bar lower so I can fit the spotties, and then I'll be painting her, throwing her back on, and I'll also be painting that. It hides the body under the wipers, goes under the wipers, and then yeah, it should be all but done. I'll just have to wait for the other little bits and pieces to get here. But yeah, very, very happy, very, very happy. So yeah, I'll get this done and get it painted and show you what it looks like. Take note this time, I've got plugs, and they're not safeties, but they're glasses. Just using black Raptor for the bull bar. Literally open up the bottle. There's your paint, this is your hardener. Damn, sorry about this, I need two hands. Put that down. There's your hardener. And then you fill up to your fill line, 237 ml of hardener. Right to the line. Pour it in. Throw your lid back on, shake her up for a good few minutes, and then you're ready to rock and roll. So I've half prepped the bar, cut out that middle bar. I'm just going to run the spotties like that. See how it goes. Might have to add something down the track to strengthen her up a bit, but hopefully this comes together really well. Let's have a look. And there we have one Raptor coated bull bar. Come up pretty bloody good, I reckon. See what it looks like on the vehicle. And then I did that as well. I still had probably that much left in the bottom of the bottle, so I could have done another coat on the bonnet, but it's on the car. So I just left it at that, got rid of that. I've still got another bottle if ever I want to touch up the bonnet, or take that off and touch it up again, but that's all right. And then eventually I will throw another coat over the car, just take the flares off, take the mirrors off, and tape up the windows and handles. And I'll do another, I don't know if you can really see it there, but there's a couple like patches that look like they're wet almost. So I just got to give it a dust coat to get rid of them, blend it all together sort of thing. But it's not too bad. But yeah, so I'll let that dry, I'll throw her on and we'll go from there. come up a tree. Outside at the moment, currently, or about to, sorry, I should say, gonna rip out some wiring. I'll show you. It's pretty dodgy, pretty shitty. Oh, there's the bulbar too, with the indicators in her. Just got to do a bit more modification before I put the lights on. But I'm about to rip out all this shit. That's to run these LED headlights, because it's a negatively switched vehicle or something along those lines. To run a harness to be able to run these LED lights. So I've bought a JTX harness. They also do LED conversions for the 80s with like rings and stuff, cool stuff, but I like those. I'll just keep running them. So yeah, I'm going to rip that out just because it's ugly and gross, and put that new one in, and then eventually I've got to pull the bar off again and cut a hole in the back of it to be able to get to the bolts for the spotties. But yeah, I'll pull this wiring out, put that one in, and show you. So there we have the old harness that was in the car when I bought it. That went to battery, and then into relays. I have no idea how it works, to be honest with you. But yeah, relays, and then out to the lights. And it picked up off one and did some electric stuff and made the lights work. So this one's a lot neater, a lot prettier. So we'll get it in and I'll show you what it looks like. While I'm at it, I've got some Stedi LED reverse globes. So, excuse me, I'll quickly pull the tail lights out and throw them in and see how bright they are. There you got a stock globe, which is that, and then LED Stedi. I'll have to wait till it's fully dark to see how bright they actually are, but yeah, that's that. So I think they were about 25 bucks. I'll let you know if they're worth it or not. As for the harness in the front, still going with it. I've just very roughly thrown it all together to see how it works, make sure it works, and it's a treat. So I'll get it in there nice and neat and tidy and go from there. Way brighter than the stockies. That's the stock right there. Trash, but that's what happens when you buy old stuff. It comes with trash lights. Every light on this thing, when I bought it, a candle would have been better. But slowly getting there, upgrading stuff, so very nice. I was under the impression that it was a solid tube. So I should be able to get in behind here to get to the nuts and bolts of the spotties. So let's see how we go. All that been doing. So tomorrow I will cut a little bit out, just so it's enough to get in there and do them up. But yeah, once they're on there, it ain't coming off. So I'll leave that as it is. Back the tools up. Not a whole lot else I can do on it this afternoon, unfortunately. But yeah. So, in the process of wiring up now. It's all just at the moment. Beautiful. So, tidy up all the wiring, run it all nice and neat. The spotties are done, and then once the tank goes back on the roof, I'll be putting I've got a Stedi, I think it's a 32-inch light bar. I've got a couple actually. I've got a King's 40 something, King's little 15-inch I think it is, and yeah, the Stedi 32 that I'll put on the rooftop tent, and then I'll use one of the other ones as a reverse light. And then I'll probably throw this little one on the missus car. But yeah, he's good. So, just coming along nicely. So we're part way through wiring everything. I've got this mounted. So this is, what would you say, the brains of the operation, I guess. Controls this switch panel. Oh, let's try it again. Try the switch panel. So these are the cables for the Stedi loom. So instead of going to the battery, I'm going to this, and this is where we get power from, because this is joined to the battery. And then the switch that did come with the Stedi system, I'll just join them together, so it's as if the switch is over there. I could open all that up and take it out completely, but that looks nice. I don't want to mess with it, so doing that. And then I'm gonna mount the JTX there as well in there, so hopefully make it a little bit neater. I've still got to do, so get rid of all this, these. Yeah, coming along. It's like that. She's in. Just like that. So turn the key. Comes on with ignition, and then that's the spotties on, off, on. Eventually I'll have my diff locks and everything there. But this, I'll get out and show you in a sec, but the spotties work off that, which is what you want, and then on, off there. And then this is the unit over here. All nice and sealed up. And then yeah, so might go for a bit of a drive later on and see how they go. But bloody good. Lights on. High beam with no spotties. Hit the light. Spotties. Simple and easy as that. Big fan. Very big fan. Tomorrow I'll be installing this engine watchdog. So it'll just be engine and trans temp. Just bolts the side of the block and the side of the trans and gives you a temp. So that'll just be sort of a bit of a safety thing, so I get my proper gauge or Haltech gauge put in, either or. But yeah, so that's it for today. Back into it tomorrow. And they work a treat until you go to close it. Hit. And when I put the brand new bloody fuse pin. So, never ending. On another note, I've started to, or all but finished, installing the watchdog there. So it's going to mount just under there, so I can just see it. All that wiring will be hidden. I've run one of the sensors to the tapical bolt there, I don't know if you can see it under that, and then another one down onto the trans. So hopefully that gives me a bit of indication, more so than I had before. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna have to move this and move that and more buggering around. But anyway, after a bit of fluffing around, I'll show you. Bonnet is shut. So I moved the washer bottle back to its factory location down at the front there, next to the overflow bottle from the radiator. Don't think I'm going to be running another battery under there anytime soon, so if I ever do, I'll just relocate it again. And then I've moved the block, fuse block, power block, whatever you want to call it, for this gang of switches. So I had it mounted on a right angle off the guard. So I've just taken it off the bracket, flipped the bracket and mounted the bracket lower, so the gas strut has clearance. It's actually in a better spot now, I reckon, so had to move a few wires and cables and relocate some things, but that's all good. And then I've just finished installing the watchdog. So currently the engine's sitting at 20 degrees and the trans is sitting at 16. And there's an alarm set on that too, so whenever something gets too hot, it'll go fucking ding and tell me that she's too hot. So see how that goes. Like I said, that's just a little bit of safety until I get some actual gauges going. So yeah, slowly coming together. I'm going to get the Mullet Mods cup holders for here. I think I was going to run a Waco center console fridge, but I'm going to have the upright in the back, and I'm going to have a drawer fridge as well, so I don't really need three. So yeah, I'll just stick with this. I enjoy that. Be good if it was a little bit higher, maybe lean on it, but
should be right. But yeah, all good.
Righto, that's going to do for this episode. So it's been another sort of nothing episode really, just a few little bits and pieces. It'll start getting a bit more interesting, a bit more better, I guess you'd say, once more cool bits start arriving. I'm not going to tell you what I've got coming, but it's pretty cool to go under this. And then, yeah, so that's going to cap off this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, head over to Instagram, give that a follow, click the subscribe button here, head over to the Comprint website and grab yourself a shirt. They're bloody awesome. Or DM us and grab a black hoodie or black t-shirt, stickers, you name it, we got it. But yeah, cheers guys.